Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In our previous tutorial, we had an analysis on how to mix or blend between two images or between an image and a color in our previous tutorial. Now we will know about another certain CSS blending property which is used in an order to blend between two different elements. Stay tuned. Now very often we have heard about the mixed blending mode and the blending mode. But what is this mixed blend mode? Now this is what we are going to define, we are going to analyze in this tutorial, and this is very often regarded to be a point of confusion. There is the part which practically raises the confusion. What is the basic difference between the mixed blend mode and between the background blending mode that we had used earlier into our project? There it goes. This is the background blend mode that we had used earlier, and here goes the outcome. So the difference between the background blending mode and the mixed blend mode is the background blending mode practically work upon an element's background image. That means we may be able to blend between two images, or we may be able to blend between an image and a solid color, as been seen into our previous tutorial, where we had practically used a certain image in the first case, and then we had used a certain color, a solid background color, along with the same image that we had used in our project, and practically blending occurs between this image and between this color. And in the later discussion, we had shown you that we are practically capable to blend between two different images of a same div element. But what about if we need to blend between an element? There it goes. Suppose that we are going to blend between this H1 element here, and it should be blending with another element which is directly lying beneath of this individual H1 tag. That means this slider holder or this background holder, etc. If we head back to our project, here goes the parts. This is the first element. This is the text element actually that we are using into our project. Directly beneath it then comes another element which has a background image and a background solid color. So these are the two elements that we need to blend on, and this is the same part where we will be practically using the mixed blend mode. So the mixed blend mode is used when we need to blend properties, whether it is an image or whether it is a text element or whatever it is. Whenever we wish to blend the properties, the background properties of two different elements, then we need to use this mixed blend mode property. And when we wish to blend between a background image and a solid color of the same element, or between the background images regarding of the same element that we are mentioning about, the background blend mode property should be used in this particular case. So here we are practically about to mix or blend between these two different elements here. So this is the text element and this is the background image element that we are about to blend. So let's hop into our project, and here this is the H1 tag that we are about to blend. So here's the part where we will be using this definite property here, mixed blend mode. There it goes. And here are the properties that we can use in this respect, like as we can see here, the multiply, overlay, saturation, screen, soft light, inherit, initial answer. So all of them are practically the parameters which can be used against this individual property here. So if we now put here this overlay property, press Ctrl S, so we have practically mentioned that the H1 text element, it should be overlaying above the containing holder or the element right beneath it. So press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload. and now you can see that here goes the result. The text element above is practically overlaying the bottom layered content or element, as we can see right over here. So this is where we will be precisely using the mixed blend mode, because we are now interacting with two different elements into our project. The first one is the text element and the next one is the bottom layered background element. Now instead of this overlay, if we use here this luminosity, so what will be the outcome? Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and we can see that this will be the obvious result. In the similar fashion, if instead of luminosity, if we use here this soft light, press Ctrl S. Now if we head back to our project and reload, and we can see that immediately the above laying text element is practically blending with the bottom layer background element right over here. So this is it up to this far. Hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to visit us again. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.